I have been doing YouTube videos for about 5 years now, and I recall one of my very first videos I did was I had a log truck that delivered logs, and I stood in front of the action behind me, the claw and the logs being set down, and I'm complaining I can't get enough logs. And I'm always struggling for my supply to keep up with my demand, knowing that 5 years down the road I would have all of that mastered and I would be in total control of my supply. But here I am, I'm still complaining about I don't get enough logs. But during this video, I was talking about my business and how I make ends meet and how I get it done. And the one thing I had said was, I can't get enough logs. And what I do to supplement my inventory is I buy firewood already made and I resell it. I don't know, it seems to be the capitalist thing to do. Buy low, sell high. You with me? So I got this comment though. It was kind of weird, and I was still new at the game, and I don't know if I really knew how to handle it then as I do now. But what the heck, the guy pretty much just calls me an unscrupulous ripoff because I am ripping off my customers because I am buying firewood and marking it up and selling it to them. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I am a capitalist. Profit is not evil. And we buy low, sell high. And pretty much everything in our economy follows that path. So why shouldn't firewood, Well, the bottom line is, here I am 5 years later, I am still buying firewood. So I have a guy that is, it's up north, and he makes firewood for me. I buy a lot of it off of him. And he's been making firewood for me for a while now. He does a very good job. He makes it exactly the way I like it, and it just works out nice. I pay, of course, I'm paying extra for it, but it still makes sense. I still am growing, and it's just a way to build my clientele. So here I am. I'm driving up to his place, and I don't care where you live. You have not experienced traffic until you've experienced a traffic jam here in Northeast Ohio. I'm here to tell you. I'm trying to drive to this guy's place. Well, there's road construction. So here's some guy standing on the side of the road with that sign that says stop, and he spins it around and it says slow. I sat there for probably 30 seconds. I was like the third vehicle in a row. It was terrible. You have no idea what we go through here in Northeast Ohio. But I got through it. So I get to my supplier, I get the truck loaded, and I'm heading back, and I'm thinking, I'm not going back that way. I'm going to go a different way. So I go a different way, and I drive down the road, and I see a sign that says firewood for sale. And I make a mental note of it. And sure enough, the next couple days I'm up that way again. I stop and check in on this guy with this firewood for sale. Off in the distance, it looked really nice. So I'm talking with them, and the price was right. I went ahead and bought a cord, and this is a half of it. And I left the other half there. I'm going to go get it when I have it sold. I would not call this value-added firewood. It is nice, though. It is firewood. It is dry. It is not all consistent 16-inch pieces. Some are 17, 18. It is mostly maple, but there is some oak in here, too. But I was real happy with this firewood. It looks really nice. And I went ahead and I told the guy what I do. I mean, it's no surprise I got firewood delivery on the side of my truck. But he was totally into it. I told him, what I look for, and he has a bunch of wood yet that's still to be made. And we just have a handshake agreement now. He's going to make it consistent with, what I'm looking for, 16-inch, the appropriate split. And I told him I will buy every single stick off of him. He's happy, I'm happy, and I hope that it works out, because I am still buying firewood and I don't see it coming to an end anytime soon. But I have a customer who has an outdoor fire pit. He is not as fussy with his firewood, and I just knew that he would be interested in this. I call him up, he says sure, and that's why I went ahead and bought it. So this is going directly to him. However, as I was loading it into my truck, I ran across a number of these round ones that have not been split. and I have a professional standard. I'm coming up on my 8th year of delivering firewood. I have never once delivered a stick of firewood that wasn't split. Never. It's a personal standard that I have. And I went, instead of taking it straight to the guy, I brought my truck back to the house because I have a friend here who's going to help me. We're going to split these rounds. And mind you, they're pretty small, but I think that he would appreciate some smaller pieces. I had a friend that does firewood. He calls these kind of sticks why nots. He says that he'll pick it up to throw it back into the woods, but then he'll put it in the order and say, why not? So I just thought I would get these split, and I can maintain my standards, give this guy some smaller pieces, and I can get my friend to come out here and do it. And some of you guys and gals know who this friend is. And this friend is probably one of the best at splitting firewood that I've ever known. Some of you guys and gals know who my friend is. You've seen this thing in action before, but for those of you who haven't, you are in for a treat. Stay tuned. Say hello to my little friend. I am sure you remember the Super Splitter. This machine has put me to where I am today. It is awesome. It is fast. This is a great machine. Sit back and watch and enjoy the show. And that is an awesome trip down memory lane. Guys, the Super Splitter is just an amazing machine. It has put me where I am now. When I first started doing this, I had one of those Troy-built 27-ton. The benefit from that splitter, I could sleep while I was running it, so I could catch up on my my sleep. This machine is twice as expensive. I don't know what the prices are now, but this is when I bought it. Twice as expensive, but guys, it is 10 times more productive. This machine is awesome. I think dollar for dollar, this is the best splitter you could get. If you are starting out with a firewood company, I think you look at your Kinetic splitters first because they're a little bit cheaper. I will say though that the hydraulic splitters are starting to catch up to these with their speed, and the hydraulic splitters aren't as fussy as the Kinetic splitters are. I've always said that the Super Splitter's like a fair weathered machine. It doesn't like to be out in the rain. The key is this top beam. You can't let it get rusty, or these bearings will quit spinning, and that's one of the secrets to the speed that these things can generate. But I'm serious, 10 times as productive. You cannot go wrong with one of these. These are made in Boston. I have no relationship with the company. I'm just telling you from my own experiences. These things are great. They really are. Now people like to knock these, and they'll say, yeah, but they can't split the tough logs and stuff. And I disagree. These will split anything that you can put onto the table. If it doesn't split it at first, you just got to keep hitting it. It'll go. But I'm saying that the hydraulic splitters, okay, yes, they are more powerful, more robust. They're not as fussy using them in bad weather. But if you are starting like a bundle business, if you do a lot of resplitting, you want to get the wood down to size, I'm serious, these things are awesome. So here we go, a silly professional standard. I just won't sell a stick that's not split. I could have just pulled these out and put these into my own fire pit and thrown my other stuff in, but I think this is fine. The guy, I think, would appreciate these smaller pieces. These smaller pieces always play a good role on any campfire. Okay, guys, how about a trip down memory lane? This Super Splitter, it's been around for a long time, and it's going to stay put. I have so much fun running these things. I really could run a Super Splitter every day for the rest of my life. All except for the last day, because I would want some time to reminisce. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the Super Splitter. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And everyone have a great day.